The Nashville Scrappers and the Warren Lumberjacks in the first round of the AAA state playoffs right here in Warren, Arkansas. And like I said, Warren comes in at 7-3 on the year, number 2 in 8 AAA Conference. Star City, the winner. There, your deep return for the Lumberjacks, who won the toss and elected to receive, is going to be Tyrone Phillips. Also back there with him will be Darrell Adams and Ricardo Kemp. And it seems like I remember some of these these names, Jeff. And here's the approach. There's a high, short kickoff. It's hopefully it won't be. Boy, Scrappers hit him immediately. I mean, caught it at about the 37, and somebody really popped him, Jeff.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who it was. I mean, that was great timing right there on the play. I thought we were about to have another Prescott start there. The ball just went straight up, and I thought we were going to catch it, but we let them catch it just in time and really made a good pop on the guy.
Okay, for Warren, they will start on their own 37, and Jeff, that's kind of what some of the coaches like to do, is pop that thing way up in the air and try to get there about the time it does so that they can't get a good return with those really athletic players that they have. All right, we go to the spread formation. No setbacks in this particular formation. Wants to throw it downfield. Ball is thrown and incomplete. And it'll bring up second down. And he had the receivers out there flooding right down the middle of the field. He had about 2 or 3 receivers out there, Jeff, it looked like.
Yeah, that's one of their, from what I understand, going to be one of their favorite plays. They run actually a 5 receiver set that time, and they had 3 on the right, 2 on the left, and they run. Everybody runs a go, and one guy stops about 10 yards, and that time just missed. They actually had 2 guys right there in the same area.
Okay.
Same area.
Scrappers with a 3-man defensive line. We hadn't seen that a whole lot, but that's what I was telling you. We're going to do a little something different. Hands it off to the running back, gets upfield, tries to cut outside, gets to the 40. Good defensive play that time. It looked like, I'm thinking that might be Ryan Scott on the play. Help me out. It was Ryan Scott on the play. It'll be about a 2 or 3 yard game. We're going to call it 3rd down and 7. They don't run that running back a lot, the lone setback. He usually, if the game's going right, they'll run him only about 2 or 3 times a half. 3rd down and 7 from the 40. That's the Warren 40 for the Lumberjacks. Big defensive play right here, wanting to throw. Looks downfield, being flushed out. Cole Goodwin's got a hold of him. He gets loose from Cole Goodwin. Scrappers after him, still trying to tackle him. They'll tackle him back inside the 35. Good job by Cole Goodwin, but Jeff, you got to say, great job by the Scrapper defensive secondary.
Yeah, that great pursuit there for the ball. Actually, we had a fumble.
Oh, did we get the ball?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he put the ball on the floor, I
think. Evidently, yep, that's the case.
Sure did.
All right, fumble. Rowell, not Rowell. Okay, Rowell. Scrappers get the ball at the 34-yard line. This is just exactly what we needed. Jeff, we need to take care of business right here.
I tell you what, we actually jumped out in the defense that they hadn't seen the Scrappers in all year. No one has seen the Scrappers in this defense all year. They're playing 3 down linemen, some wide guys, and trying to keep everything hemmed to the inside, and did a real good job at that time.
Ball on the left hash mark, Winton wide right. Scroggins to the left, 1 lone setback for the Scrappers. Handoff right up the middle, not much, maybe a yard. Jones on the carry. And what we thought might happen, Jeff, the Scrappers might come out in that heavy offense that we like to call it. He got about a yard, so it's actually still just a little shy of the 33, so he got a short yard. Ball still is on the left hash mark, just short of the 33-yard line of the Warren Lumberjacks. Scroggins wide to the right side, Winton to the left now. That's the near side. Again, the lone setback. Handoff, no, wants to throw. Throws it out, complete at the 30. Cuts upfield, cuts back, got a little room. 1st down and more inside the 20. Where do we get the spot? At around the 19-yard line, and I believe that was Scroggins on the reception. Who was it? Jones out of the backfield. Okay.
Yep. Good, just a little 5-yard out play that time. Good timing. Actually, we actually faked the handoff and ran a little naked bootleg, and Jones was sitting out there in the flats. Did a real good job catching the ball, making the defensive guy miss, and gaining good yardage after the catch.
On the right hash mark, 1st down at the 19-yard line of the Warren Lumberjacks. Now we're in that heavy set. Hands off. That's going to be over the right side. Got a little bit of room, not a whole lot, where they're piled up, and the pile moves a little bit to the north, and let's see, it's going to be around the 17, so probably only about a 2 or 2.5 yard gain. I believe that was Witherspoon on the carry that time, or was that Hendricks? Yeah, it was Hendricks.
Yeah, looks like we're putting Hendricks there as a one back right now, and putting some of our secondary backs as little slot backs. Well, actually, we're in the power high now, so we've got Witherspoon in there at tie back.
Okay, Witherspoon is now. No, that's Hendricks at that. Left side, big hole, close to the 10, and a flag on the play. And let's see what it is. I believe that may be on the Scrappers. It looked like there might, where it's thrown, it might be a hold.
Witherspoon on the carry that time. Little power back. He was set up on the right side. They brought him. Oh,
wait a minute. It's a face mask penalty.
They'll tack that on the end of the play.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a good run to begin with.
Very good run. It's marked at about the 9. They'll tack that on the end of the play. Half the distance to the goal. We'll call it a 5-yard penalty. They'll mark it at the 4-yard line. First down and goal, Scrappers at the Lumberjack 4. Boy, this is just the way we needed to start. We need to punch it in, though, Jeff. Got to take your opportunities and go with it.
Tell you what, this would be a great one to take advantage of, right?
First and go from the 4, just inside the left hash mark. Power eye set. Scrappers change position. Put the power back on the left side now. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be Hendricks. Very little gain on the play.
That was tough there. We tried to run it right over the left side guard that time, and tell you what, there was just nothing there.
No gain that time.
That's one thing I was noticing, even on some of the better runs that we've seen the first couple times. There's been a small hole there, but the defensive line for the Warren Lumberjacks is coming off the ball pretty good, and there's not a big surge there. It looks like we're playing against a pretty good front line there for Warren.
Coach Laird was pretty impressed with their defensive line and their offensive line. Back to the power set again. It's going to be Witherspoon, I believe, dots the I. No, that's going to be Hendricks again. Right side, touchdown, but I think, was there a flag? It'll be an illegal procedure against the Scrappers. 5-yard penalty. Of course, I don't know that he would have gotten in the end zone had the whistle not blown. I think Warren may have slacked up a little bit.
Yeah, that's tough there. It looks, I don't know if we actually had someone moving at the time of the snap, or if we shifted a tight end from the left side to the right side. And I don't know if we quite gave him enough time to get set before we snapped the ball. And again, we might have had someone moving maybe in the backfield or something. I couldn't really tell, but there was a good hole there that time.
All right, 9 seconds. We break the huddle. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. I formation, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Wanting to throw, looks, fires it to the end zone. Could a little bit high. Had his man. He was wide open. A little bit too high for Scroggins. I believe that was Scroggins or Winton. Yeah, had him and couldn't quite pull it down. He got a little pressure on him that time, Jeff, and that one was just a little bit high. Not much. Got his hands on it, but just enough he couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, we tried to run that little, I caught it kind of a little hideout type play where all the flows showing to the right, and we had Winton that time going down the middle of the field and just more or less kind of sneaking off to the left. Had a guy open. We just overthrew it just a bit. He gave it all he could to reach up there and try to snag the ball, but just couldn't quite get his hands on the ball.
We've got a timeout for just a moment by the officials. They came over and I think they're going to swap footballs, or the football wasn't ready to be placed. So the officials now have the ball ready. And that 5-yard penalty, look what it did, Jeff. It just changed the whole complexion of what we were doing. We were trying to run the ball for a touchdown. Now we're having to try to throw it and force it. Now, a big play from Warren could really, really hurt right here. We need to come up with something. Listen to this crowd. You know, and I'm surprised this is not a sellout crowd for Warren here tonight. It surprises me. Here we go from the left hash mark. 3rd down and go. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. That's going to be close to a touchdown. He's in. Touchdown. It looks like it may be Witherspoon. I believe it was on the carry for the Scrappers. It was.
Yes, it was.
And the Scrappers score on a 9-yard run by Roger Witherspoon.
Great run, great blocking right up the middle, just over the right side guard that time. Good blocking up front, and good hard run by Witherspoon, which whenever he wants to do it, he can definitely do it. He's a good hard runner, and that time it sure paid off.
All right, in for the extra point will be Scroggins. And Ryan Scott will hold. Waiting the snap. There's a snap. The placement's down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is. Scrappers now lead 7-0 over the Warren Lumberjacks. Scrappers with the first blood of the night. We'll be back with a Scrapper kickoff in a moment.
Yeah, hello.
Yay.
TV off.
Okay, we're back, and now we got a little discrepancy, and we'll try to find out whether that was Jones or Witherspoon. It looked like it. Got those white jerseys, and we're looking through a glass tonight, so nevertheless, it was a Scrapper player that scored. Okay. Okay, they say it's Witherspoon also, so if we missed it, they did too. Here's the kickoff again. This is a high kick. It will hit, I tell you, Scrappers, there's a penalty flag.
We got to give him room to catch the ball.
Well, yeah, he caught the ball, and then we hit him. But I think they're going to call that against the Scrappers for not giving him enough room. That kick was not far enough like we would like for it to be. Now, it went to 10 yards, but it was fielded at about the 43. Coach Laird really unhappy with that, with the flag. And I don't think he was griping at the player. I think he was griping at the official. So the penalty is going to be against the Scrappers. They're going to mark it actually just outside the 43. And I guess that's where they're going to leave it, huh, Jeff? Or have they even made the decision yet?
Looks like they're talking it over with
They're talking it over with Warren. And there should be some yardage walked off on this. If there really is a penalty, then there needs to be yardage walked off on it.
I've seen the coach tell them to take it, and then I've seen him tell them to decline it, so I can see where they were a bit confused.
All right, now they're walking off the penalty. Now they're going to make us kick it again.
Right. I don't think the coach made the decision that he really wanted to that time.
Okay, there must have been, I don't know what the call is. What's he doing? I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know if he knows.
Man, I don't know what he's doing. He's going all the way down to the 15-yard line. What is this?
Unless did they call two? They had to, no.
Man, folks, I don't know.
They called the 10-yard interference, and then called.
We're going to make us kick it again. I don't know are they going to make us kick it from the 15-yard line? That's what they're going to do. They're going to make us kick it from the 15-yard line. There must be two penalties, Jeff. I don't know. I don't understand this. If you're kicking from the 40, now he's walking back the other way. Maybe he doesn't know how to add and subtract. I'm not sure. I've seen some I didn't think they knew.
There is a lot of confusion out there right now.
Well, there's a lot of confusion.
I will say if we kick it from the 20.
I think they're going to kick it from the 25. If that's a 15-yard penalty, wow.
Okay, yeah, the 25.
Well, he had me worrying more than I, it's bad enough we've got to kick it from the 25 now,
I think
which is going to give Warren good field position.
Right, I think the call where you actually interfere with the free catch that they do deserve, I think that's ruled just as a personal foul.
Well, let's see how we try to kick this one. He caught the ball, and then we hit him, so maybe they're... Okay, another high kick. This one's going to be returnable. Scrapper's trying to hem him up, gets loose at the 50, across midfield to about the 45 of Nashville. So that penalty actually didn't cost us but about, 10 yards. But we didn't kick the first one as far as we wanted to. That was the problem. And the penalty would have never occurred. They're going to mark it at the 46, I believe, yes.
Tell you what, I think I saw the way the number 20 there picked up the ball and ran with it. I think I see why we're not kicking it deep every time. He was a shoestring tackle away from breaking away.
You bet he was.
Good with the football there.
Ball was placed on the right hash mark for Warren. Scrapper's leading. There's that one to end around. Scrapper's trying to get him, trying to catch up to him, and they miss him. Gets loose, big run, and he's going to be run out of bounds. We're waiting for the spot. And, Jeff, I thought we had him 2 or 3 times, but no, we did not.
I tell you.
And he's shy of the first down, and let's see where they finally mark it, around the 40. That's going to be a 6-yard run. If they mark it right on the 40, they do.
I think we saw right there why Coach Laird was practicing so hard, trying to keep Warren inside the tackles, because I think with their team speed and let them get out around the corner, I think we'll see a lot of that. And,
they do a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
They do a lot of that. And the thing is, you've got to play your spots. You've got to stay at home and not let them get away. Twins east side. There's the handoff up the middle. Scrappers hit him as he gets to the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about a yard. And that's that lone running back, Ricardo Kemp. And let's see where they mark him. At the 39. So very little gain. Actually, we'll give him a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 3 now.
Well, I was going to say there's a lot of orange helmets around the ball that time, but
there is a lot of orange. Both teams are wearing them.
Can't really say that tonight, but actually there was a lot of scrappers around the ball that time. Good defensive sequence.
All right, Twins east side, left hash mark is the spot of the ball. Scrappers leading 7-0. Wants to be that quarterback run. He's not going to get the first down as he faked it to the fullback, and then or the running back, and then he went right up the middle. He's going to be about a yard or two shy. Let's see. It'll be 4th down now, and you know they're going to go for it. Mark it at the 37. 37-yard line of Nashville after that
Tell you what,
strange kickoff there a moment ago. Big defensive play right here for the Scrappers. Twins right, split in to the left. One lone set back, shotgun formation. Scrappers with everybody in the box this time. Wants to hand it off. He does. He got the first down, but not by much. Depends on the spot, and they're going to give him enough for the first down. He'll be marked at the 35. Ricardo Kemp on the carry. Boy, they got just enough, Jeff.
Yeah, they did.
He's shy of the 35. He probably got it by a half a yard, didn't he?
Yeah, good run there. Warren's showing a pretty good little offensive scheme there. That time running a little dive to the right play, pulling both left side linemen that time.
Twins each side. Again, the shotgun. That's what we're going to see all night long. Wanting to throw it now. Looks downfield, incomplete. Good defensive play that time by Orlando Strimble. And it looked like the pass was intended for Kemp. I believe that's Kemp. Looks like it.
I'll tell you something that I've noticed with the Warren offensive line. The offensive linemen are basically standing straight up. It's actually a stance that I haven't seen very often. They
pass blocking type defense that he likes. I mean,
exactly.
Offensive line. Here we go. Handoff. No, the quarterback keeps it again. He'll pick up a couple of yards as he gets to about the 33. So he picks up probably a good 3 yards that time. They'll bring up 3rd down now. That's basically their running game right there, the running back or the quarterback. He'll fake to the running back, keep it, hit right up the middle. I don't know if he's going to do a lot outside. He may. And, they like this running back. They say he's really a fine running back. 3rd and 7 at the Scrapper 32 now. Again from the middle of the field. Again, the shotgun with Twins each side. Wanting to throw. Look, steps up. There's a pass to the end zone. It's going to be complete for a touchdown. Scrappers got lost in the defensive secondary. And that is going to be number 20, Tyrone Phillips. A 32-yard pass to Tyrone Phillips. And that comes with 5 minutes and, 3 seconds?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Yeah, that's a hard thing for me to see tonight. 5:03. And I'll tell you what, they woke up the fans, I'll tell you. But they got a little help from the Scrappers. Kick is up, and it is good. So we're tied at 7. Scrappers and the Lumberjacks, first round of the state playoffs right here at Warren for AAA. We'll be back in a moment. Well, Jeff, we got lost in the secondary back there and let somebody get loose. I mean, he was wide open. There wasn't anybody within 10 or 15 yards of him. And I don't know whether our underneath man thought we were going to have deep coverage or if our deep cover saw something else. I don't know what it was. We just made a mistake in the defensive secondary.
There was definitely some confusion there, and I do know for a fact that we did put in a new defensive set. We were in at that time. There was some confusion with the underneath coverage with Britt and then our overneath coverage with Bean, and we're going to have to get that together.
Scrappers are going to field it at the 40 and down at about the, not the 40, the 39, and Witherspoon is the one that received it. Trying to do a little trickery right there on the kickoff. The one guy goes up there like he's going to kick it, and he just stops, and the next one does kick it. So it's one of those deals where you got to be ready for an onside kick just in case they do try it that way, and it could happen. Trying to confuse you a little bit. We'll have the ball, though, pretty good field position at our own 38-yard line. Scrappers and the Lumberjacks tied at 7 with 4:59 left here in the first period, first round of the AAA state playoffs. Spitbacks, slot right, handoff, Hendricks up the middle, spins, maybe a yard. Maybe. I tell you, Hendricks is going to have a hard time tonight. He doesn't have the load, it looks like, you know, to bang with those quick, big linemen, and it's going to be tough for him on those inside plays, I think, Jeff.
That's what I was just looking at, and he's running hard, but the defensive linemen, they're not even making good form tackles. They're actually grabbing him with their arms and just kind of manhandling him, I guess you'd say.
Give him a yard, second down and 9 from the 34. Just inside the left hash mark is the spot. Wants to hand it up the middle again. Good hard running this time by Jones, and he'll pick up about 3 or 4 yards. Wait till we get the spot. I'm going to pull it back to about the 43. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 now for the Scrappers at their own 43. Tied at 7. I hope Dugan Tinsley heard the score. Dugan accosted me this week and said, give the score more often. Well, you can only give it so much, but I gave it then, just for Dugan. Here we go. Split backs. Ball on the left hash mark. Split in to the left, wide receiver right. Wanting to throw, trying to screen. Good coverage, but Scrappers make a good move. Got the first down at midfield, and that's Jones on the reception. And gets it all the way to midfield for a Scrapper first down. What a good play and a good job by Hayden Arnold that time to set back there and pump fake a couple of times. And then Jones after, I tell you, Jones had a couple of good blocks over there, too. There were some guys over there.
It was James Arnold was one of the key blocks. I was just fixing to mention his name. He made a very good block, a very key block to initiate that run.
Well, first down right at midfield for the Scrappers. Got a lone setback. Everybody in wanting to throw it. Arnold looks, throws it. It's got to be complete. Not for much. Let's see what kind of yardage they give him. I don't know if they gave it where he actually caught it. He had to come back, and I believe that might have been Jameson on the reception that time. I kind of believe that it was. And he's going to try to work Jameson in there as much as he possibly can. He told me he thought he wanted to get a little more out of him tonight. He thought he could help him. We can only give him a yard on that. He run about a 5-yard pattern, but then he came back. Arnold got in a little bit of trouble. Again, we go to an offset eye now. Slot to the left side. Toss sweep back. Good hard running again across the 45 to the 44, and I believe that was going to be Hendricks on that run. It was. Now Hendricks gets up. He's ready.
That time I think Hendricks' size actually played a part in that, because there wasn't much of a hole, and he kind of turned his body sideways and slipped through there and had a real good run. Did a real good job hanging on to the ball. Looked like someone got their hand in there trying to strip it.
Mark it on the 44. We've got to get to the 40 to pick up a first down. It'll be 3rd down.
Looked like the big boys came in. I noticed a couple linemen come in the power eye set.
Now we got the power eye set. Looks like it may be Witherspoon deep in the eye. He'll take the handoff right up the middle, hits and powers forward. I believe he's going to be marked enough for the first down. Second effort got it because they had him a yard shy.
Tell you what, when he hit that wall, I mean, it was almost like a brick wall.
He hit the wall.
And then all of a sudden, I saw him take over from there and did a real good job with some body lean there and gain that extra yard to earn the first down.
Had some linemen leading him there too, though, Jeff, and they helped a lot too. First down, Scrappers at the 39. Seventh play of this drive coming up for the Scrappers. 1:55 left in the first period. We're tied at 7. Ball right in the middle of the field. It's again the power I set for the Scrappers. Now they're going to move their tight end, and there was a not motion, wanting to throw it. Nobody there. Arnold looks. He's just going to throw it away. And boy, Coach Larry, there's a penalty flag now, a late one. Who is he going to? Boy, I don't know. Now that's going to be on the Scrappers probably.
I think they might have looked and saw a lineman possibly downfield. It looked like it was just a blown play from the get-go.
He could have picked up at least a couple of yards had he tucked it under and ran with it.
I think there was a lot of confusion on that. Fellows was actually moving from the right side tight end to the left side tight end, and we never even let him get over and get set before we snapped the ball. I'm surprised we didn't get a motion penalty and that be a dead ball foul, but I know it wasn't. The flag came in after the play.
Yeah, going to be a 5-yard penalty marked off against the Scrappers. Evidently, that is a spot foul because they actually marked off, Jeff, about 6 yards, if you'll notice.
Well, the ball is and the marker's not. The marker's sitting on the 45 and the ball's on the 46.
I'll tell you, I'm not sure what they're doing here. That's going to be a loss of down also because that penalty was after the play, and I did not see what actually the call was. Did you, Jeff? I didn't catch it.
I'm not sure. I want to say that they called a...
They're going to call intentional grounding is what they call. That's what it is. That's what the call is. It's intentional grounding. And they did it from the spot that he threw it.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
I see.
All right, here we go. Power I set. Hand it off. Inside move there to Jones, I believe, on the carry, and he'll pick up, no, that's Witherspoon. Mark it at the 43. But that's going to bring up third down now. And we'll have to get out of that. 3rd and 13. So that little intentional grounding really hurts you because that's a loss of down along with that 5-yard penalty, plus marked from the spot. It's a 5-yard penalty, but it ended up being a 6-yard penalty against the Scrappers. So 3rd and 13, offset I, wanting to throw. Arnold drops back, looks downfield, got a man. It's complete for a first down at the 26. Winton on the reception, went up for it, but a good toss by Hayden Arnold. Scrappers on the move once again. Jeff, you get the sense that the Scrappers, if they can keep their offense out there, keep the ball away from them and stop them a few times, Scrappers got a chance with this group. I'll tell you what, nobody gave them a chance, by the way, but I'll tell you, Scrappers came to play.
Well, if you're listening to us on the radio, I'll tell you what, you need to be here watching it because you're seeing a Scrapper team right now that you haven't seen all year. Well, maybe against Prescott, but I'll tell you what, we're playing pretty good ball right now.
Split back, slot right, first down for the Scrappers. Handoff. That's Jones over the right side. Gets loose, cuts upfield, and he'll be close to the 20-yard line. Good hard running by Jones. Jeff, he popped it up in there and then popped back out and went outside and picked up about 3 or 4 more yards.
Good heads-up play by the back, Bernard Jones, at times. Like you said, he got in there just like he's supposed to, following his blocks, and then whenever he found it just wasn't going to happen, he popped it out there and took it amongst himself to get it out there wide. Good heads-up play, good eyes there by Jones.
6-yard run by Jones. It will be marked. That's going to be the end of the first period, however, and that's why they're stalling time out there. After one period of play, we're all knotted up here. The Warren Lumberjacks and the Nashville Scrappers in the first round of the AAA state playoffs right here in Warren. 7-7. We'll be back with the second period in a moment.
2 spots.
2 spots.
TV off.
TV is now. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football playoff game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. So there you have another. I think if I get about 3 or 4 of them in, I think we're legal. Dumas leading Ashdown, or excuse me, leading DeQueen 14-7, or Star City rather, leading DeQueen 14. There was movement in the offensive line. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. One of the scrappers moved.
Yeah, we actually, that's a good play there with the timeout call. Actually, with the quarter in, we got to get together and put together a pretty good little plan with 2nd and 3 or 4 that we had, and had one guy flinch, and I think we would have got it if we wouldn't have one of the linemen there. Now we're looking at a 2nd and 9.
Well, we overcame it a while ago. Let's see if we can do it again. Split backs, wing on the left side. Hands it off, right side. That's going to be Hendricks, and not much. He'll get not back to where the original mark was earlier. In fact, he's only going to pick up about 2, maybe 3. Mark at the 34. Well, we're only going to give him about 2 yards on that play, I think, Jeff. It's going to be 3rd and about 7 for the Scrappers. Big 3rd down play. Jones has come, or Green has come in at one of the setbacks. Arnold wants to throw. Throws it across the middle, complete at the 15, the 10. Inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line is Zach Winton.
I think it was Jamison.
Jamison.
Yeah, excellent.
You're right, it is Jamison. Jamison made a great catch, and I'll tell you, Jeff, I thought he was going to make it all the way, but they closed quickly. Good toss again by Hayden Arnold. Looks like Arnold is kind of in the groove right now.
Yeah, hit him right on target there. I tell you, I'm anxious to see how they set that play up. I think Jameson just kind of came out of the blue wide open that time, right down the middle, and excellent play there by the Scrappers. Excellent execution. Good.
They actually marked it a 7, so from the 33 to the 7, a good handoff right there. That's Green over the right side, close to the score. Touchdown, Scrappers. And let me make sure I'm right on the ball carrier. I believe it was Green on the carry. It was Gabriel Green on the carry on a 7-yard run.
Good run.
And the Scrappers on the board once again with 10:55 left here in the first half of play. A 13-play drive, Jeff. And that's what Coach Laird was looking for.
Yes, it is. Just over that left side tackle that time. Been real effective tonight over the left side. And good run there by Green. Green just got in the game and made a real good run there.
Scoggins in for the extra point. Awaiting the snap. There's the snap. The placement's down. The kick is up. Looks good. And it is. Scrappers take the lead once again, 14-7. Over the Warren Lumberjacks with 10:55 left here in the first period. We'll take a break and be back with the Scrapper kickoff in a moment. Folks, we got us a little playoff game right here. The Nashville Scrappers with a 13-play, 62-yard drive, and that was capped by a 7-yard run by Gabriel Green. Extra point by Scroggins is good, 14-7. It comes with 10:55 left in the first half. Jeff, Scrappers have scored on both of their offensive drives.
I'll tell you what, the Scrappers have come to play tonight, and it's just going to be a matter of keeping this intensity, this motivation factor, this readiness to play. It's
for 4 quarters.
Exactly.
Got to do it for 4 quarters. That's right.
And they're very capable of it. They've got to just keep it going there.
All right, here we go. Here's a kickoff. This is by Fellows. There's a fair catch at the 35. And I believe they'll mark him on the 35. That's where he caught it. And the Lumberjacks will take over on their own 35-yard line to start their third offensive series of the night. Scrappers stopped them, and actually they fumbled the ball on a third down play, which they would have been punting the ball had they not fumbled it. And so the Scrappers score after that fumble from 34 out. So here they go from their own 35 now. From the right hash mark, Scrappers leading 14-7. Shotgun formation, hands it off on the belly sears to that running back, cuts outside, still got the speed, gets out there, was a holding penalty, and that's going to bring it back.
Yes, it is. Holding on Nick Britt there.
It certainly was. The flag is laying at about the 38-yard line. So that one's going to come back. He had a good run, but he would not have gotten that far had there not been a hold.
No, we actually were trying to keep him hemmed inside with some outside contain there. Nick playing the strong safety position, or I forget exactly what we call it, but that outside linebacker type position did a real good job, but he was being held and just couldn't get out there to make the tackle. And then in return here, it's going to come back for the Lumberjacks to make it a
10-yard penalty marked off against the Lumberjacks. That's 2 for 15. Scrappers with 3 now for 25. Scrappers with 6 first downs. Lumberjacks with 1. But they are a big play offense. They're not a grinded out normally type of offense. First down and 20 now. Actually, not 20. I'm sorry. That was for a spot foul. I'll get it for a 17, I believe it is. Shotgun formation. Wants to hand it off again to Kemp right up the middle. He'll pick up across the 30, back to about the 33 or 4. Just a host of Scrappers in there. Looks like Borman, Kadam Ray Worley.
I believe Fella's got a little bit of that. Good defense, really swarming on the ball tonight. Really, both sides of the ball. I feel like both sides of the ball are really coming up, pumped up, ready to play ball tonight.
Got about 6 on that one. It'll bring up second down and 11. Shy of the Lumberjack 35 for the Lumberjacks, again from the left hash mark. Twins each side, shotgun formation. They'll probably be in it all night. And there's a handoff again up the middle. This time he'll be stopped a little quicker as he gets to the 35. They may mark him slightly over the 35. But I'll tell you what, if the Scrappers can keep up this defensive intensity that they have, Jeff, and we're going to give him 2 on that one. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 now for the Lumberjacks.
See what they're doing exactly what they've set out to do tonight, and they're doing exactly what they have to do. You know, playing defense with a lot of intensity. They come in with what I feel like is a good scheme, and obviously it is. I mean, it's really working well for them the first half. And on the flip side of this thing, the offense really clicking. So, like we said earlier, we just got to keep it up.
Here we go. 3rd and 9 from the 36 for the Lumberjacks. Shotgun formation. I thought I saw a movement. Evidently not. Looks for a man. Throws it out. It's going to be complete. And he'll step out of bounds. Oh, the crowd wants a flag, but he's hit right there, and he's not going to get it. Nick Britt popped him right on the sideline. Right as he was stepping out of bounds, Coach Hembry, trying to buy something. It was complete, but for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down now.
Looks like they're calling an offensive play, which would surprise me if they do.
I think they may try to get the Scrappers to jump offside. Scrappers may be caught.
Looks like their quarterback's their punter. Is what?
I think he is the punter.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Okay, here we go. There's a snap. He will punt it. Wobbly kick. Scrappers are going to let it hit. Beam will field it at the 30. Cuts across the field. Gets another block and another block. Oh, they're going to call a penalty on the Scrappers. That Bean is going to get a good return, but Jeff, they're going to get a bad call at the 30.
Well, I tell you what, I sat there and watched 2 blocks that I thought were very, very close to being back. And then
I tell you, Jeff, I think what happened, he hit him on the side, but he had his helmet behind him instead of front of him, and that's what you're going to get.
Well, actually, we had 3 or 4 real close calls there, and I think they just picked one of them out, and then you can't really argue with that. There were some.
They were just close, though, Jeff.
Exactly.
It's one of those that could have gone either way. Could have been just counted as a good block, but no, it's not. It's going to come back. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. Walked off against the Scrappers. That'll move it down to the, or are they going to, did they call a hold? They only marked it down to the 20.
They must have.
They must have, unless he changes it. Well, give him a 10-yard penalty. I thought that was going to, evidently, that must have been what it was, Jeff.
We'll take it.
We'll take that. That'll be better. At least we start at the 20. Split backs, wing in tight on the right side. Handoff right up the middle. Jones hits hard into the offensive line and goes across the 20. And where do we get the spot at? Around the 23. So about a 3-yard run for Jones that time. And I'll tell you what, they're really popping that defensive line now. You know, Scrappers have, I've got 21 offensive plays by the Scrappers, and now we're coming up on 23. So, you know, if we can continue to do that, it might, you know, I do know they do shuffle in and out defensive linemen, so it still could have a factor. There's a handoff again right up the middle. Jones with a big hole. He's got a first down at the 35. Oh, man, that offensive line is beginning to click just a little bit for the Scrappers.
I tell you what, yeah, you're exactly right. They fired off that time. Great hole. And anytime your free safety for the Warren Lumberjacks makes the play, I tell you what, that's a great play.
They're going to mark him the 36. And I'll tell you, this is not the kind of offense I think that Warren was ready for with the Nashville Scrappers, a running game. And Coach Laird, hey, he'll do whatever it takes to win the ball game. Mike Wilson checks wide to the left side, wing right. Split backs once again for the Scrappers. Hands it off. No, end around. That's going to be back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. I couldn't tell who that was that was carrying the ball on the reverse. Winton on the reverse for the Scrappers. And I'll tell you what, it just wasn't there.
No, it wasn't. Warren defensive end that time. I didn't catch the
Stayed at home, didn't
he? He did. He was standing right there. Made the reverse that probably was designed to go outside like a sweep. It made him cut it back inside, and the linebackers were sitting there waiting on the play.
Well, we actually get a yard, and normally the one for the reverse is number 3. And he's on the right side this time. That's Wilson. Ball on the left hash mark. Second down 9. Wanting to hand it off right up the middle. That's going to be with, I believe that's Hendricks on the carry. No, that's Jones. And Jones will get it across the 40 to the 41. It's going to bring up third down and about 4. Actually gets it to the 42.
Looks like we got the big guys coming in, power back set with Fellows.
Power back set, right.
And Witherspoon coming in, probably Hendricks, Dotton, no, looks like Witherspoon.
Witherspoon's the eye back. And here we go with that power eye set now. They got everybody in the box. Handoff, Witherspoon, right side. Gets outside a little bit, cuts up field, and he's going to be, I believe, just enough for the first down. No, they're not going to give it to him. They're going to mark it at the 45. He's going to be a yard shy. Well, it's decision time for Coach Laird. It's 4th and about a yard.
4th and 1. Went with the zone play that time. We hadn't really run that play with Witherspoon tonight, and I feel like we run that play very well with Witherspoon. Pretty good yardage there, just not quite enough for the first down, leaving the 4th and 1, but it looks like we're going to go for it.
Going to go for it. Leading 14-7. The Scrappers trying to keep the ball on their side of the field, and here's the handoff. Witherspoon right up the middle. Got the first down by about a couple of yards. As he's driven back, he'll be spotted at around the 48. Good hard running by Witherspoon. And the Scrappers maintaining the ball. That's what Coach Laird said he wanted to do. Keep the ball away from that potent offense. If the Scrappers could go down and punch one in with 5:40 left here in the first half and the Scrappers leading 14-7, it would be a big lift for the Scrappers to do just that. Ball is right in the middle of the field. 1st and 10 Scrappers from the Scrapper 48. Split in to the right. Split backs. Handoff. Right side, and not much. It'll be midfield run for, I believe that's Jones on the carry.
Tell you what, Warren's got a couple of guys over there that bring a pretty good punch, and I tell you
that was Witherspoon. I'm sorry, Witherspoon on the carry.
Tell you what, our backs, I guarantee you, will be able to tell you after the ball game tonight the same story. They're really doing a lot of hitting going on out there tonight. Both ball clubs coming to play tonight, and again, like we said before the game, that's exactly what Nashville needs to come out here and get ready to play, and they're running the ball real well. Good initial surge there by the offensive line, but we're getting to that linebacker level, and that's where Warren's stepping up and making some good plays.
Ball just inside the right hash mark. Power eye set. Once again, Hendricks is the eye back this time, and he'll get the handoff. No, he won't. Wanting to throw. Arnold tries to get outside. He'll take it under. He'll run. He's got some yardage. He's close to the first down marker. Depends on where he went out of bounds. It'll be across the way. It's going to be inside the 45, maybe around the 42. It's right at the first down marker. I tell you, he showed a little speed that time. Nobody got open, had a man trailing him. Oh, I thought he was going to have him, but good job by Hayden Arnold to cut it upfield right at the first down marker, and they're measuring it over there, I believe, Jeff, and they're bringing the ball back over. They had already marked it, but the official wants to set the ball down where he had it marked. It is not a first down, but yet it will be a third down play, however. They're taking an awfully long look. And if I tell you, I can't. Okay, now they're moving the chain a little bit.
First down.
First down. I thought where they were marking it, it had to be a first down.
Good heads-up play by Arnold that time. We saw him earlier with that same option to run or make a pass, and before where he made the pass and got the grounding type call. That time he tucked it up under there and good run there, and also good idea right there at the marker to get out of bounds and earn the first down, but then not take a hard shot.
Mark at the 42. Power I set once again from the left hash mark. Handoff to the I-back. Upfield across the 40 to around the 42-yard line. And you kind of get the sense, Jeff, that Coach Laird's getting a little more comfortable with this power I in this particular game. I know back during the week when I talked to him, he said, I don't think it's going to be like Prescott where we can just line up in that power I.
Well, I tell you, that's exactly
what he's doing it right now. Right now he's doing it. He got 5 on that carry. Second down and 5 from the 37. That's the Lumberjack 37 with the Scrappers leading 14-7. I back again, or power I set again. This time the right side. Got a hole, got yardage, got a first down, and a little bit more as he gets inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
Witherspoon
again on the run.
Right up the middle, and again, good play call there by Coach Laird with the power I set. We split the power I to the right, split the fullback, or made the fullback and the tailback go right up the gut. Good play call. You mentioned the power I and it being effective. I tell you, I'm seeing a lot of what I saw at Prescott, just really lining up and running over.
First and 10 at the 27. Ball fumbled, picked up, and I'll tell you, a great pickup on the bounce.
Thought we were playing back.
Oh, I tell you, we got lucky on that one, folks. Looks like Jones.
I think that was Fellows.
Oh, was that Fellows? It was Fellows, but Fellows, it just popped right back to him, got the ball, and then got it inside the 25 for about a 5-yard run. 13th play, Jeff, of this drive coming up. Mark at the 22-yard line of the Lumberjacks.
Well, I hope that was our closest call for letting the ball go, because we sure put it on the floor, and then it just bounced right back up in our hands.
Power I set again. Handoff. Jones. Boy, he's hit right when he got to the line of scrimmage. Coming from the fullback position. In fact, he may have lost a yard. He did.
Tell you what, a couple of Warren guys there, looked like a lineman and a linebacker, really stepped up and gave the back there a good pop.
We're trying that little, what do you call that? It's a misdirection play. I can't think of it. Fullback trap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, trying to trap them. And they read that one pretty good. Back to the power I set again from the right hash mark. 3rd and a long 6 for the Scrappers. It'll be Witherspoon trying the right side. Cuts upfield. Depends on the spot. I don't think he's not going to have the first down. It'll be 4th down. It'll be marked inside the 20 at the 19. It's going to be 4th and about 2 yards to go. And this will be the 15th play of this drive. Well, I'll tell you what. Those Lumberjack defensive linemen have got to start getting tired. 15 plays on this drive, 13 on the last one, 8 on the first one.
One thing you have to look at the clock. I mean, we've used the second play right here.
1:50 left in the half. From the right hash mark, 4th down and a good 2. Handoff, Witherspoon, right side, powers it up in there. First down at the 15-yard line for Roger Witherspoon.
That's great. Great play call there. We ran an unbalanced line that time on the left side. We were overpowered on the left side that time. And we showed them right exactly where we were going to go, and that's exactly what we did. Powered it in there, good run, and like you said, score or not, we've used the second quarter. We've got
kept the ball away from them. Exactly. Clock running too, with 1:33 and counting left. First down at the Warren 15-yard line. Power I for the Scrappers. Handoff. That'll be Fellows up the middle for a couple of yards as he gets to about the 13. I don't think they'll give him any more than that.
Tell you what, they have got Fellows' number. He's running up there in there just a little high both times, and they popped him pretty good. Popped him in there both times. I know he's, but he just needs to lower those shoulders and get in there. He gets him a good 2 yards, but then he's getting at that linebacker level, and they're giving him a pretty good pop.
2nd down and 8. Scrappers need to punch one in. We're just now going inside 1 minute. Power eye set for the Scrappers. Arnold wants to throw. Looks, got a man in the end zone. Gets loose. Now he's going to be sacked. Oh, he also looked like he might have been hit late. He had a man, but he couldn't throw it. Had too many people hanging on him. He had, I believe that might have been, let's see, who was that, fellas? In the end zone. No, that was Green. Not Green,
Jones.
Yeah. Scrappers call a timeout with 34 seconds left in the half. It'll be 3rd down and 11 now after the 1 yard loss by Hayden Arnold. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. Jeff, I'll tell you, the Scrappers have got 34 seconds left in the half. Coach Laird has pretty well had this going the way he wanted, except for the one defensive play where we got burned on the pass play for that touchdown, but we're leading 14-7. We've controlled the clock. You can't ask for any better defense than that. Scrappers with no setbacks. Trips right, wing left. Arnold wants to throw. Got a man after him. Throws it to the end zone. Complete. Did he get in? I think he did. Or did he? Yes. No. They're going to call him down at the 1.
The 1 foot line.
1 foot line.
He's as close as
you can. Could you tell who it was? I could not see. Let's see. They're slapping. That's Jamison.
I believe it was Jamison.
Jamison on the reception at the 1 foot line. And the Scrappers burn another timeout with 27 seconds left. Jeff, we're just going to hold it right here.
I tell you, great catch there by Jamison. Had to go up and make the grab there. I tell you something else. Great throw by Arnold. If you know,
it was. There was 2 men.
Oh yeah, right on him. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised he got it off. He was actually
had a man about to tackle him.
Yeah, he certainly did. And made a great play both with Arnold and Jamison there. I really thought he scored, but I tell you, it was so close, and they got it marked there just inches away from the goal line. With 27 seconds left to go in the game. I mean, in the first half. Sorry, I wish the game.
You're getting into this thing, Jeff.
Tell you what, I really feel good about it because you're looking at going up 2 scores here.
I can't remember if this have we used all 3. I think this is only our second timeout. They don't evidently show it on the board up there like some of the schools do. So if we've got one more timeout, we can get 2 plays off if necessary. 1st and goal, though, from the 1 foot line of the Lumberjacks. Scrappers leading 14-7. This would be a huge score right here. Power eye set. Witherspoon, .ci. Handoff, Witherspoon, or is that Jones? Up the middle. Touchdown, Scrappers.
Witherspoon.
I believe that was Witherspoon like I called it first.
Just a straight dive right up the middle.
No, I believe that was Jones. I saw Jones come out of there first. Well, we're going to give it to one of them. We'll find out which one it was in a minute. Now there's 23 seconds. Okay, Witherspoon, everybody says, on a 1 yard run. And waiting the point after. Waiting the snap. Oh, a high snap. And we're going to try to run it. And it went way up over his head. A good job by Scott just to catch it. And didn't have a chance to get it down. So the extra point fails. 20-7 Scrappers. We'll be back with the Scrapper kickoff in just a moment. Jeff, we got us a playoff game right here tonight in Warren, Arkansas, and this is the best we've looked against a Warren team since a long time ago when we played them way before Laird got here.
Yeah, you know, Warren's got, obviously they've got some good athletes out there. It's not the Warren team that we've seen in the recent past, but a good team here, and this thing is far from being over, I tell you.
High, deeper kick this time. It will be taken at the 20. There's a missed tackle, and a good job by the scrappers to make the tackle. That was Ryan Scott on the tackle. I think the fans thought it was a face mask, but I'll tell you what, they are dangerous. It'll be marked at the 38 with 16 seconds left.
See what, every time one of those guys grabs that ball,
They've got it.
I think about how much I like that little pooch kick that we've been doing, I tell you.
82, or excuse me, not 82. What am I saying? I was listening to somebody else. And he's 62 yards away, and here we go with that spread, and you know they're not going to run it now. You know they're going to try to fire it downfield. Looks, wants to throw it, long pass. It's going to be intercepted at the 30. A good interception by Lewis Bean at the 30. The pass intended for Kendall Rawls, and an interception. Good job by Lewis Bean to cover him there. He had the deep coverage that time, and I tell you, he read it perfectly.
Yeah, he did. Great job backing up in coverage, playing over the top that way, and you know, the ball was I'm not going to say it was underthrown. It was a fairly thrown ball, but that was just a good heads-up play by Bean to be in good position that time for the catch. 9
seconds left here in the first half. It won't surprise me if we don't just take a knee right here. That's exactly what we did. That's the end of the first half. Scrappers lead 20-7. Would you believe it, over the Warren Lumberjacks here in Warren, Arkansas, first round of the AAA state playoffs. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll have halftime right after these messages.
you by C&B, Citizens National Bank, Neighbors Helping Neighbors, Southern Belle Inn and Pineview Motel and Apartments, Billy Ray and Sandra Jones, owners. By Diamond State Bank, serving our customers since 1904. And by your local Coca-Cola Dr. Pepper Bottling Company in Nashville. Now for the second half, your play-by-play announcer, Charles Hubbard.
Sports, in addition to the skills, athletic experience, and that message brought to you again by the Arkansas Activities Association. Jeff, Coach Laird has always been a master of going in at halftime and making changes. Coach Hembry, I can promise you, he had won back-to-back titles without being a pretty good football coach. And I'll promise you, he's gone in at the halftime, and he says, guys, we've got to make some adjustments. We've got to stop these guys on offense. We've only run 14 plays on offense. If we don't stop them and they score every time they get the ball, we're going to lose the game. We're down 20-7 right now, and they're getting the ball.
Yeah, you're right, and I think both half times was filled with a lot of that type of talk. You know, Warren in there having to preach the fact that look, we've got to come out and do some stuff that we hadn't done all night. You know, some stuff that we've done this year, but we hadn't done it all night. We hadn't clicked yet. And the scrappers, just like we said earlier, you know, they're in there talking about, you know, let's keep doing what we're doing, and with both teams, you know, coming on the field right now, I'm really anxious to see what kind of changes that you mentioned that we may see the second half from either squad.
Well, Jeff, one thing we have to do, we saw that funky little kickoff formation that they used, and hey, we're out there, we're practicing our offensive plays right now. I can guarantee you guys, that is a pumped football team, and I can promise you that guy over there with the glasses on, he is pumped too.
Yeah, I tell you what, we hadn't seen that at halftime.
No,
we're out there running inside, you know, offensive scale right now, looks like putting in our run stuff right now on the field.
Hey, listen, folks, I want you to know, Coach Laird's a great guy. I talked to him before the game, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you what I said. I gave him a little advice, folks. Now, here I am, the broadcaster giving the coach, but you don't know what advice I gave him. But I'll tell you, he's a great guy. He just laughs and smiles. And, hey, this is fun to him. The playoffs are fun. It is supposed to be that way. These are high school kids. I've said it before. You got to have fun. If you're not having fun, you're not going to play very well.
That's right. That's what it's all about, high school football. It's all about, if you're not out there having fun, there's too many sports to play. There's too many other things to do.
That's exactly right. And I'll promise you, all of those kids on the sidelines over there, those that's not even out there playing, they're jumping up and down and they're hollering. They're having a good time tonight.
They are. I was saying that earlier. You know, we're seeing things. We're seeing them over there, you know, really getting after it. And I tell you, those young kids, whether they be sophomores, juniors, or seniors that are not seeing a whole lot of playing time, that's where they come in. You know, they've got to be sideline support. They've got to be down there just as well as the guys out there on the team. It's a team effort, no doubt about it.
It's Jones and Wilson back deep to receive for the Scrappers standing on the 20. And boy, we got the noise going. They're beating on the press box, and I hope you're not confused by it. There's the kickoff. It's going to be taken by Jones at the 16, back to the 20, the 25. Cuts outside. He's at the 30. He's at the 35 and tackled just as he crosses the 35. And I believe they'll mark him about just outside the 35-yard line. Not bad field position.
No, good
I'm
run.
sorry, the 40-yard line, not the 35. I'm sorry, they're going to mark him right on the 40. Got 5 more than I thought he got.
Good heads-up run there by Jones. Good eyes to see the field. And I tell you what, number 20, Tyrone Phillips for Warren.
Made a good tackle.
Yeah, real good tackle. Made a few good tackles. Good athlete with Phillips' kid.
Ball on the left hash mark. Slot right. Scrappers want to run it. That'll be Hendricks trying to get outside. He'll pick up maybe a yard. And they're going to say run the clock, which is good. They're not going to give him any gain. Evidently, he must have been knocked out of bounds right after first down marker.
Yeah, we tried to run Hendricks there with the zone on the left side, that play, just the play that we try to string out and try to find an opening, and actually we didn't find one that time. We just kept it going to the sideline, and good pursuit there by the Lumberjack defense, and couldn't quite get it out wide enough to break one that time.
Ball is still on the left hash mark. Split backs. And went in tight on the left side. Handoff right up the middle. Little bit of yardage, still on his feet. Still on his feet as he cuts forward. First down. He's at the 50, 45, 40. Still at the 35. Inside the 35 to about the 30-yard line goes Jones. Whoa, what a run. That's 20. There is a flag, however. Wait just a minute.
2 flags on the...
2 flags,
yeah.
and one of them could have been, let's see if one of them's a face mask. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be against the Scrappers. The flag is laying. One of them is laying at about the 47. That play's going to come back.
I think Jones actually reached out and grabbed the face mask is what happened.
Let's see if this is going to be a major face mask, or
yeah, it is.
if it's a personal
Yeah.
foul, then it's going to be the big one.
Yeah.
And they're going to mark off 15 yards. Now, we said we made mistakes in the first half. They're going to mark it back to...
A gain of 1.
Okay, a gain of 1, but a loss of down. No, we get the down back. We should. Yes, we do. So we're going to have to do it again. We'll whop it off. I mean, we'd have had great field position at the 30. That made the Lumberjacks feel good. They were clapping, made the fans feel good. And I'll tell you, if we could rip off another one, we could pick up a first down. It would really quieten things down from the right hash mark now. Split into the right. Wanting to throw. Looks. Trying to screen it. It's going to be thrown, and a loss on the play back at the 35. And I'll tell you what, Hayden Arnold was just really killed that time. We had, it looked like Scroggins open at midfield on the right side, but the play was not designed that way, and we went that way with it. But he had Scroggins open at midfield. Now it comes up to third down, and about 16 yards to go for the Scrappers.
Big play here just to settle the Warren crowd down. I tell you what, they come out with a lot of defensive momentum here.
Trips right. Lone setback for the Scrappers. Gonna throw it. Looks downfield. Fires it downfield. Got a man. Oh, and he fell down. Had Winton for a first down at about the 47 of Warren, but he fell down. The coverage was a little bit off of him. Scrappers are going to have to punt for the first time tonight.
Tell you what, not exactly what we were looking at to come out and start the first half. A lot of defensive momentum here with some plays that actually, with the penalty that brought them back. And that time, looked like Winton had to stop and come back. And when he did, his knees or ankles, something like that, he buckled up and just fell down. Couldn't quite keep his feet to make the play.
Womack on his own 20 now, awaiting the snap. There's the snap, a little low. He'll get it. He'll kick it end over end. It's going to hit. And it's going to take a Scrapper bounce to the 35, inside the 35 to about the 33. And that was a low snap, but now the crowd happy that they were able to stop the Scrappers. But I tell you, Jeff, the Lumberjacks didn't stop the Scrappers.
The Scrappers stopped.
The Scrappers stopped themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
They sure did.
Yeah, that was didn't quite come out with the intensity that we expected. A few mistakes there. Warren with decent field position. See how our Scrapper defense comes out and plays second half.
All right, here we go. Lumberjacks from their own 33, first and 10. 10 minutes left here in the third period. There's a pass down the field, complete, midfield, and more. Scrappers are going to tackle him at the 40. Oh, man. Now, this is what, Jeff, we were talking about. We need to take the ball down, keep it away from them. Big play football team right here.
Yes, it is. Just a little seam pass there across the middle to the receiver there for Warren. Good, quick, crisp pass to him, and good yards after the catch.
Jeff, you know, I kind of thought they got away from that in the first half. They tried a lot of running plays. Here we go. First down at the Scrapper 39. Wanting that inside handoff. This goes to the running back, and that's Ricardo Kemp, and he busted up in there for about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Mark it at the 32.
Tell you what, I hate to say it, because it's early in the second half, but it's almost like Warren step out there and they're lined up.
Well, the thing is, they got to punch it in, Jeff. If they punch it in right here, they'll have what they want.
Right, looking like a different ball club already from the start. More or less lined up doing what they think they can do. And
well, they were kind of on their heels in the first half, it looked like. But now they got a little more bounce in their step, if you will. Second down, and now the quarterback wants to keep it. No gain on the play for the quarterback roll. Or rowel. Did you say rowl or roll? Rowl. I believe it was. And mark it, got about a half a yard. We'll call it 3rd and a good 3. And you know, if he doesn't make it, you know they're going to go for it. Scrappers leading 20-7. Ball is right in the middle of the field for the Lumberjacks. And twins again each side. They've run this same set. Wanting to throw. Looks. A little bit of pressure. Not much. There's a pass in the middle. Incomplete. Oh, it was there, and he didn't catch it. And that's one of the things we've got to rely on. Greg Ellis was the intended receiver. It was there, but it was incomplete. It brings up 4th down and 3.
Yeah, actually, I call it the old alligator arms there by that time with number 15 for the Lumberjacks. He saw, I believe we had Fellows there looking him in the eye. I think if he would have caught the ball, we were going to make the hit on him pretty good. With the 4th and 4, like you said, we're looking at they're going to go for it with the decent field position.
It looks like a running type set. We'll see if that's really what it is. It is. It's going to be the end around. He's going to have the 1st down and more. He could go, and he's actually caught at the 20, the 19 now, and they used that little end around that time, Jeff, and it worked to perfection that time. Again, this was number 22. That was Darrell Adams on the carry all the way to the Scrapper 19. And they had to rely on something like that to get that 1st down. And that kind of makes me think, hey, we might not be able to get it up the middle.
Well, I tell you, that time they gave it to the big guy that was lined up as in a bunch set on the right. He got it out wide and was able to get outside that time. Made a good move for the 1st down.
All right, here we go. Everybody in tight once again. Quarterback in shotgun formation. 1st down. I thought I saw movement.
I think so, too.
I think I saw movement on the offense. Oh, they're going to call offsides on the Nashville Scrappers. Well, we're not getting the calls, and that happens a lot, folks, when you're on the road. We've got, 6 penalties now for 55 yards, and the Lumberjacks only 2 penalties. 1st and 5 at the Scrapper 14. There's the snap, throws the pass to the end zone, overthrown. Overthrown, it'll be incomplete. It will be 2nd down and 5 at the Scrapper 15, or 14 rather. Scrappers leading 20-7 here with 7:54 left in the 3rd, and boy, what a lift it would be if the Scrappers, Jeff, if the defense could hold.
Oh, I tell you, this would be one of the best holds of the night with the momentum that they've got going in the good field position. They're on the 14-yard line. Just knocking on the door would be a great time for a defensive stand.
2nd down at the Scrapper 14, 2nd and 5. There's a snap, that little inside handoff. Big play! Touchdown! Warren Lumberjacks. Whoa. 6 plays. Listen to the crowd.
Right up the middle that time, out of the shotgun, just a dead handoff to the back there, right up the middle. I don't think he was touched until he got to about the 2-yard line. I may be mistaken, but I think he walked in pretty free that time.
Pretty easy, yeah.
A lot of enthusiasm on the sideline. Lumberjack
Snap,
coaches.
Placement, and I don't know if it's good or not. It is. It just barely got over. Scrappers' lead is cut to 6, 20-14. We'll be back in just a moment with the Lumberjack kickoff right after these messages. Jeff, the Scrappers need to do what they did in the first half. Lumberjacks score. We came back and answered. They didn't stop us a while ago. We talked about that. We stopped ourselves. I think we can do it, but we've got to execute.
There's no doubt about it. We've got to come back out with the same type of focus, the same type of want-to that we had in the first half. And here's our chance. With that big score, we've got to get possession here and do something with it.
There's the kick. It'll be to Wilson at the 20. He's back to the 25, stutter steps. He's at the 30, 35, and will be down at about the 37-yard line. So the Scrappers, again, with pretty good field position. They're on 37. 7:43 left in the 3rd period, 20-14 Scrappers. We need to do what we were doing a while ago. We cannot make those penalties that we had. We had the great run. We had 2 penalty flags on that play. So we've got to settle down. Back to the power I for the Scrappers. There's a handoff. First man through is Jones. Picked up a couple of yards. And they're playing fired up. We've got to take some of that fire out of them, Jeff. We had them on the ropes and let it get away earlier.
I tell you, there's only one way to do it. We're just going to have to line up and do some things just like we were doing in the first half. Just keep the ball, not make mistakes, and keep gaining those yardage, whether it be on the ground or in the air.
It's a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. Fellows in at tight end on the left side now. There's that handoff. It'll go to Hendricks, trying to get outside, and he gets across the 40, and he'll only get to maybe the 42. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Got about 3.
Little zone stretch play that time. The Hendricks running off to the left side that time. Tried to string it out there. Just couldn't quite find the crease there to gain the good yardage. Just got a few, and looking at a big 3rd and 5 right here. A huge 3rd and 5.
Okay, Hayden Arnold with the play from Coach Laird. Scrappers in the power I said, but he's got Witherspoon as the power back now. Oh, Scrappers are going to jump off sides again. You know, Jeff, that's what we were talking about. They didn't stop us. We stopped ourselves. And why we're doing that, I just honestly don't know.
Well, we're looking at a different ball club right here. I'm going to tell you.
Well, we're rattled at the moment. We got to stop that.
Yeah, we are. This game is played a lot physically, but then just on the flip side of that, there's a lot of mental to it, and then we've got to keep and I guess you'd say regain the mental side of this ball game right now.
Well, you can't hide those plays. That's 7 for 60 now against the Scrappers. 3rd and a good 9 yards to go now for the Scrappers. Back nearly 10. He's got to throw it. Arnold wants to throw it. Got it pass. It's complete, but not for the 1st down. They're going to say incomplete, or did they call it incomplete? They wouldn't. Yeah, they called it incomplete. We're going to have to kick it. Intended for Wilson. He said he had it, but they're not going to give it to him.
4th and 10. Looks like we're playing on the punting team.
And we're falling right into what the Lumberjacks would like for us to do. 3 and out. Total opposite of the first half. Somewhere down the line, we got to settle down. The penalties, that's what stopped us so far, Jeff. That penalties. And you can't do that. Not every time you get the ball. You can't put yourself in a hole each time.
Well, not at week 11 especially, I tell you.
Good snap. Womack gets off a nice high kick. It will hit, and it will take a Scrapper bounce out of bounds, and they'll mark it at about the 32, I believe is where they'll finally mark it. So Lumberjacks got it at the 33 last time, moved it right down the field. And it's going to be a little, the Scrappers have given up some big plays with the passing game. Not quite so big of plays with the running game. They did get the 6-yard run earlier. I'm sorry, it wasn't a 6-yard run. It was a 14-yard run by Ricardo King. And here we go. 1st down. Wanting to throw. Sets up. Fires it downfield. Complete. Midfield. Scrappers miss a tackle. He's at the 45. Scrappers will finally tackle him at the 45 or 46. Well, I'll tell you what, they're getting wide open now, folks. Wide open. And it's a totally different football team at this moment for Warren, and it kind of looks like a different football team for the Scrappers.
It really does. Looks like and I hate to say this, but it looks like the tide is turning, and Warren is stepping up and more or less doing what they've come out here to do. And Scrappers are just kind of sitting back on their heels, taking it right now, and we're just going to have to...
We're going to have to dish out some licks, huh?
That's exactly right.
From the Scrapper 46, 1st down. There's that inside handoff. Got good yardage up the field. He's in the run. He could be going. He's at the 35 and tackled from behind by Nick Britt at the 21-yard line. And right now, we're the ones on our heels.
Yes, definitely. That was good hustle there by Nick Britt. By actually chasing the guy down because otherwise he was off to the races. We were going to be looking at another Warren score right then.
Mark at the 21. Everything working right now for the Lumberjacks. First down. Scrappers leading 20-14. Lumberjacks knocking at the door. Spread all over the field from the left hash mark. There's the snap. Inside handoff again. Again to Kemp. Falls forward, and he'll pick up about 5 or 6 yards on the carry as he gets to the 16-yard line. And this is something, a little different move that we've seen them with the running game. Normally, it's nearly all pass, but tonight they're using that running game, and the running game has scored once for them also. Kemp with a 5-yard gain, second down and 5, Scrappers 16. Scrappers trying to hold on to a 6-point lead from the spread. Left hash mark. There's the snap. Quick toss out in the flat. Scrappers, he dropped the ball. He tried to run before he got the ball. And I'll tell you what, Scrappers were right there. I don't know if he would have gained any, but he probably would have. That was Greg Ellis. It'll bring up third down at the Scrappers 16. Oh, I'll tell you what, he had that one, and he tried to run, and maybe he's been hit tonight.
I tell you, he sure didn't want that ball. I tell you.
No, well, he may have wanted it, but he didn't want it bad enough to hang in there. They may run the same play again. I'd be ready for it. Here we go. Waiting the snap. There's that inside handoff. Kemp again with big yardage to the 10. It's a first down at the Scrapper 10-yard line. It should be enough for a first down. I think they're going to mark it right on the 10. It'll be first and goal at the Scrapper 10. And they're really using that play, and it's working pretty good right now for the Lumberjacks. I think he's probably just told his linemen, hey, you're just not blocking. The play's there, you're not blocking. And they're playing fired up. Scrappers need something good to happen for us to take a little bit of that momentum away from them. They haven't made the mistakes that we've made tonight. They have give up a couple of fumbles. I mean, 2 turnovers, 1 fumble and 1 interception. And here we go. I thought I saw movement. They didn't call it. There's a play in the end zone. No good. He was out of bounds. Out of bounds. I'll tell you what, I thought I saw those receivers move way early on the right side. Evidently not. It'll bring up second down now and go. I think they can actually pick up a first down by inches.
Right.
By inches. I don't think that's going to be the big deal, but
that play just a little overthrown there by the quarterback. The receiver actually had the guy beat in the end zone, but had to stretch out there and catch it out of bounds.
There's the snap, that inside handoff to Kemp again, and he's loose. He may score, or if he didn't score, there's a penalty flag. And let's see what the flag is. That looked like where it might have been could very well be a face mask.
Yeah, face mask at the end of the play.
At the end of the play. Well, that's they're going to mark him at the 1. It isn't going to matter a whole lot. You know, it's going to be, I don't know if that's going to be a first down. They may want to measure it. I think they're going to say it is not a first down. It'll be second down, though. It's really kind of academic when you're at the 1-yard line. You can pick up a first down on a half a yard. Actually, the ball spotted inside the 1. Now, the quarterback up under center. Maybe a sneak. It is. And I believe he got in. He did. 1-yard run by Royal. Wow, rather. That comes with 4:09 left. That'll tie the ball game, awaiting the point after. Well, the missed extra point comes into play now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I tell you, we're looking at this between a tie ball game.
Well, he barely got the last one.
Possibility of going up right here.
Waiting the snap. There's the snap. The kick is up. Looks good. It is. The Lumberjacks take the lead now for the first time in the ball game tonight. 21-20 over the Scrappers with 4:09 left in the third period. We'll be back with a Lumberjack kickoff in a moment. Jeff, we've given them new life.
Oh, I tell you.
Tied it, and then they went ahead on the extra point, 21-20 now. Lumberjacks are really feeling good. They've got that bounce back, and it will be Wilson from the 14, back to the 15, to the 20, cuts outside, got a little bit of room, cuts upfield. He's at the 35, and tackle again at about the 37 or 38, and we'll wait till we get the spot. We're going to call it the 37. And Jeff, again, that's not bad field position, but we've had penalties on both of our second half drives, which both of those wiped out some good plays and cost us that football, which we had been maintaining in the first half and not been able to do that here in the second half. From the left hash mark now, the 37-yard line of Nashville, 1st and 10, Scrappers, split backs. Arnold wants to throw. Screen pass. It's going to be thrown incomplete. Boy, he was put right on his back. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of pressure there. It's almost...
It looked like a screen pass.
Yeah, it almost looked like we were setting up a screen, but we actually threw it downfield, and the lineman didn't go downfield, so I don't know exactly what that was, to be honest with you.
It looked like it might have been Jameis or Winton out there. I couldn't tell which one it was that the pass was intended for. A little bit of a dangerous pass. It looked more like it was going to be screen left that time. 2nd down and 10. Split backs again. Split into the left, wide receiver right. Arnold up under center. Wanting to throw again. Pressure. He's going to be sacked. Oh, my. Well, we've gotten away from our power game, Jeff, and we're falling right into their hands at the moment. You know, the power game was working pretty good, and we've come out, we've tried 2 pass plays, and hey, they've got a 1-point lead. They're teeing off on us now.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I see that I don't like, that it can't be a positive thing, is we've got scrappers out there getting after each other, and usually in a case like that, they're not pumping each other up. It looks like some arguing going on, and
well, if that's happening, then it ain't going to work. Trips to the left, but Arnold hadn't had a chance to throw the ball when he. Let's see what happens here. 3rd down and long. Got time. Looks for a receiver. Fires it downfield. He's going to be. Oh, it could have been pass interference, but no.
Flag.
Did they call it?
Yeah, we got a flag.
Okay, we've got a flag. Yeah, I think he hit him just a little bit early. And let's see, that would be at the, hit him right about the original 1st down marker. Pass interference called against the Lumberjacks. They don't like it. And they're going to mark that all the way to about the 43-yard line.
Looks like the power I bunch coming in.
And that is an automatic 1st down, by the way, too,
that's right,
folks.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
3:04 left in the 3rd. Scrappers down by 1 now, 21-20. Scrappers with the ball with a 1st down at the Scrapper 43. Back to the power I set now. And here we go. Here's the handoff. Spoon on the left side, cuts upfield 45, and run out of bounds across the way out of around the 46-yard line. Give him about 3 yards on that play. And that stopped. No, that didn't stop the clock. And that's what we want. We want the clock to run. We're only down by 1. We've given up 2 big scores here in the second half, and we're going to have a stop now. They've scored on both of their offensive series, and we have not. And we have the officials taking an awfully lot of time here right now.
Well, I think the clock was running, and it shouldn't have been. Right?
Okay, I guess that's probably what it is.
Right.
And they're telling the clock operator that you need to put a little more time back on the clock. You kept it running when it should have stopped. And they moved it back to 2:55. So what I said goes for naught. We actually did get out of bounds.
Yeah, I think we will.
2nd down and 7. Scrappers from their own 46. Power I, left hash mark. Handoff. Witherspoon up the middle. Gets it across midfield and still fighting for yardage. And let's see where they finally mark him.
Now we're doing some of the stuff that we were doing in the first half.
I'm glad to see us get back into that, because this is what really helped us. And I don't know, did they finally get a spot? You know, the official that was going to spot it was kind of wandering around out there like he didn't know where he wanted to put it. He finally marks it now at the 48-yard line of the Lumberjacks, and it will be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go. Scrapper's still in the power I. And here's the handoff. Again, Witherspoon, left side, gets outside, got the 1st down, and run out of bounds across the way. Wait till we get the mark from the official. Should be around the 44-yard line.
Same play there over the left side tackle out of the power I set, just off the left side tackle there that time, just a base dive, and good run there by Witherspoon to gain those 5 to 6 yards.
You know, Jeff, you kind of get the idea that they can't stop this unless we stop ourselves.
That's pretty much what it's looking like.
Power I set again. Handoff, 2nd man through, good hole. 1st down, I believe. It's close to the marker at the 35. He'll be about a yard shy, and I believe that was Jones that time on the run for the Scrappers. And Scrappers doing a good job. O'Hands Ray getting up and going back to the line of scrimmage. James Arnold getting back there. Boy, what a job of the offensive line tonight.
Tell you what, whenever we've wanted to and not made some not very smart plays, I guess you say, we really lined up and ran the ball well.
Here we go again. Power I. Witherspoon cuts upfield, got the 1st down as he gets to the 30. Good hard running that time by Witherspoon, about 5 or 6 yards on the play.
That right there just goes to show you when we want to line up and we want to come off the ball and block, and we get that good mesh in the backfield. We're lining up in this power I set. We're gaining 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. Just 4, 5, 6 yards every play, and it's just a matter of shooting ourselves in the foot.
Mark it. We're going to call it the 29 from the left hash mark. 1st down, Scrappers. Handoff right up the middle. Quick hitter. Running hard, close to another 1st down, still on his feet. It's, I believe, the 15-yard line, and that is going to be Fellows on that carry.
Good quick hitter there by Fellows, just a quick dive by the fullback that time. Something that we hadn't done much tonight, if any. Just the base, quick, right up the middle, base blocking that time. Good run, good play call.
Boy, it certainly was. I'll tell you what. I mean, that offensive line, Merchant, Cassidy, Ray, Cruz, Arnold, Tatum Ray in there at times too for the Scrappers. 1st down, Scrappers at the 15-yard line of the Lumberjacks. Handoff, 2nd man through. Witherspoon, he may be thrown for a loss this time. Still on his feet. There's a penalty flag, and let's see what it is. Penalty flag thrown at the point of the tackle.
I'm hoping a face mask. I can't imagine it being holding because I didn't see much blocking, to be quite honest with you, that time.
I didn't see anybody right there. It was thrown as the tackle was being made. But the Scrappers don't look like it's going to be on them. Looks like it's going to be on us.
Got a flag on the
flag on
coach.
This side, on the coach.
Coach was out there past the numbers.
Okay, so now we got a flag on the coach. That's, I believe, on Hembry.
Yeah. They've been telling him to back up a few times, I've caught, but...
All right, now we've got the penalty of 5 yards walked off against the Scrappers. And that moves it back to about the 18-yard line. We pick up the flag. That's only a warning. It was not a penalty. He only warned him. So I thought that was the 2nd warning. And you don't get any extras. Now that's the one thing I said we can't mess up. And now we had a minus yardage play that resulted in a penalty on the play also. All right, here we go. Handoff, Jones, right side, tries to break a tackle. He's at about the 20, maybe just inside the 20. We'll wait till we get the spot. That was a 1st down. We got that play back, by the way, on the hold penalty. And let's see what we got right here. Mark it at the 18-yard line. A little better than I thought. So 2nd down and about 13 now for the Scrappers at the 18-yard line of the Lumberjacks. Clock running. We're not going to get this play off. This will be the end of the 3rd period, just kind of like what we're wanting. That's it. Three's over with, folks. We got 1 quarter left for one of these teams. Lumberjacks lead it after 3, 21-20 over the Scrappers. We'll be back with the 4th and final period in just a moment. Jeff, I'm not saying that this could be the game, but it could be for us. I don't know that it is yet, of course, but we need to punch this thing in the end zone right here.
Well, one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to have to give the ball back to a Warren offense right now that's really clicking. So before you do that, you definitely want to put some points on the board.
You got to get something. You got to get something. Power I set, second down. Toss sweep. That's going to be Witherspoon trying to get outside. Cuts upfield. He's got a good yard. He's still on his feet. He can score. Touchdown, I think. No, they marked him at about the 1 or 2 yard line. Oh, he went into the end zone, but they say he was down before he got in there.
Excellent run there.
Oh, that was. Wow.
We went back.
Do I hear a wow?
You,
Give me one, Jim. Come on, get into it, buddy.
I tell you, what I like about that play, we rushed to the line of scrimmage. We're doing the same thing right here. We're catching them off guard. We're getting to the line of scrimmage. Witherspoon looked very well. Found a crease right there, ran the sweep off to the right
First
side.
and goal at the 1. Handoff Witherspoon, left side. Touchdown, Scrappers. 8-play drive.
Going for 2, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to since we didn't get that extra point earlier. And that was a 63-yard drive that time for the Scrappers. It comes with 11:35 left in the ball game. And, you know,
big play
Jeff,
here.
you know, I'm not sure they could stop the power run right here.
Well, I tell you, they're
we're in it.
We're going
in it. Trying to hurry.
Oh,
toss
goodness.
sweep, ball's on the ground, and I tell you what, I think somebody stepped on Hayden's foot when he came out from under center. He slipped, tried to get it back to him, and his shoe may have even come off. So that lets me think somebody stepped on his foot. Oh, my. The score holds, however. Scrappers back with the lead, 26-21 over the Lumberjacks. We'll be back with a Scrapper kickoff in a moment. Good drive, 8-play, 63-yard drive, and that's capped by a 1-yard run by Witherspoon, who now has 18 carries, 95 yards in the game with 11:35 left here in the 4th quarter. 2-point conversion attempt, no good. It never had a chance to get off the ground, if you will. Somebody, I think, stepped on Hayden Arnold's foot as they backed out to make their block, and Arnold tried to pitch it back to Witherspoon. He just couldn't get it to him. And I think if he could have gotten it to him, it would have been okay. I think we had a chance.
Yeah, that was the play that we actually got down to the 1 or 2 yard line on. It looked like we were trying to set up the sweep play to the right. And again, like I say, we got stepped on and never spun around to make the pitch. Actually, we made a pitch, but it was a poor one.
Scroggins will kick it off. It's a squibber. Goes over the head. It's touched. It's picked up. On the return, still on his feet. Mark it at the 39. And you can't ask for much more than that, can you, Jeff? Not really. You got to keep it out of the hands of those guys that can just break a game wide open.
Yeah, that was actually a good kick there. The ball was actually touched by there on the second line, picked up just off the one of the upbacks, and
a good job of fielding it, actually.
Yeah, it was. Real good job of fielding it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the kicker, Scroggins, was in there on the play as well, which you don't see very often either. So good hustle there by Scroggins.
All right, first down for the Lumberjacks at their own 39. Scrappers lead 26-21, 11:30 left in the ball game. Now a no-back set, wanting to throw. Scrappers not getting any pressure on him. Fires it downfield. Got to play, is overthrown. It'll be incomplete. And that'll bring up second down and 10 for the Lumberjacks at their own 39. They tried the little fly pattern or go pattern or deep fade, whatever you want to call it. You got the best call for it, Jeff. It's just a go pattern, what I would call it.
Yeah, it is. What they're trying to do is they're trying to outmatch our cornerbacks with one of their taller, more speedy receivers, and they're just putting him down the sideline. That play's effective whenever the throw's on target. This quarterback's got a pretty good arm, and luckily he's overthrown.
Well, he's throwing better in this half than he did in the first half, I'll have to admit. Back to the one-back set, everybody in tight. Second and 10. There's a penalty flag. I believe this one's going to be on the offense.
Delay.
I believe they took too much time, and delay of game is going to be the call. And now I think that's only about their, third penalty? No, they piled up a few more. 5-yard penalty walked off against the Lumberjacks, so they've now got 4 for 35. Scrappers really going off the charts, 9 for 71.
Big defensive series right here for the Scrappers with 11
well,
minutes
you see
to go.
a little more bounce in the Scrappers. They're jumping up and down out there, Jeff. It makes you feel like they're back in the groove a little bit at least. Here's a good snap, wanting to throw it downfield. Passes it downfield. Go pattern again, overthrown once again. No, they're going to call a flag on the Scrappers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think, man alive. Jeff, did you see it?
Yeah, I did, and I'm not gonna.
I tell you, he ran into the Nashville player. He ran into the Nashville player. That is not a penalty against the defense. That they're going to call it. You see what we're up against when you're on the road, folks. Not a good call there. He actually ran in. That should have been, if anything, an offensive pass interference. Yeah. You've got a right to be where you're at. If the guy runs into you, he just runs into you.
Yeah,
I can't believe they made that call.
I don't know that I saw any real contact.
There wasn't hardly any. I think they bought it on the sidelines is what they did. So here we go. First and 10, Scrapper 49 now. Inside handoff to the running back Kemp, and he'll get maybe a yard or so. Mark it at about the 48-yard line. Boy, I hate to see that kind of thing, Jeff, in a big game like this. You want good officiating, but quite frankly, that was not a good call.
Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a factor in a game like this.
No, it should not.
And
let the kids play the game.
Right, and that was a big play. We've got them backed up to a long 15-yard before they got the first down type situation, and they go with the long ball. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to buy that call, and sure enough, they got it.
Second and 9, Scrapper 48. Twins each side, wanting to throw. Maybe he'll be thrown for a loss back inside Warren territory at about the 48-yard line, and it'll bring up third down. And I'll tell you what, he had a lot of time to throw the ball, but the Scrapper defensive secondary evidently had them all covered, and he wasn't ready to throw it. Mark it back at about the 48, maybe even a little bit further back than that. Nevertheless, it'll be third and about 13 yards to go now for the Lumberjacks. What a big play right here.
Oh, big, huge play.
Hey,
because if you
this could be,
here,
we could have another one of those 8-play drives if we could stop them here, or 18-play drives, rather. Here we go. Big play right here. Ball's on the ground. He'll pick it up, has a chance to throw it downfield, and I'll tell you what, it's going to turn into a great play. What a job by the quarterback. We couldn't get to him quick enough. First down at the Scrapper 32.
You don't see that very often. The quarterback actually puts it on the ground, has to scramble for it to get the ball picked up, and he doesn't even flush the pocket. He still stays in there in the pocket, makes a throw right across the middle to a wide-open receiver, makes a good catch, and good game there for the Lumberjacks.
Scrapper 32 it is. Boy, what a play. We had it right there. We just couldn't get back there quick enough, and if we could have held our coverage a little bit longer. Here we go. First and 10. Inside handoff. Big hole. He may go. Scrapper's got to get him in the secondary. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Again, Ricardo Kemp. 33 is what I'm going to call it. 33 run by Ricardo Kemp with 9:19 left in the ball game.
Just another dead handoff, just like Willie said, out of the gun, just straight handoff to the back there, running off to the right side tackle, bounced it outside there and outrun our cornerback.
All right, a 61-yard drive that time on 6 plays, and the big one was the big 3rd and 13 with a bad snap, and the quarterback roll did a good job.
Looks like they're going to be going.
They're going to go for 2. They want to get a 3-point lead, I guess is what they want to do.
Exactly.
They don't feel like they can lose anything if they don't make it. There's that inside handoff. Quarterback's got to keep it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That'll make it a 29-26. Field goal will not win it. So the Lumberjacks lead with 9:19 left in the game. 29-26 over the Scrappers. We'll be back in just a moment. Great drive that time. 6-play, 61-yard drive for the Lumberjacks. That's capped by a 33-yard run by Ricardo Kemp. Extra point, 2-point conversion by the quarterback for the Lumberjacks, Aaron Roll, or Rao. We'll call it Rao. Nevertheless, 29-26, 3-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Scrappers need one of those big, long, time-consuming drives. There's a little short kick that will go out of bounds. Well, my goodness, they actually got a penalty. I tell you, that drive was kept alive, though, by the very, I hate to say it again, by a really bad call by the officials.
Well, I'm not one to talk about the officials much, but
I am. I'll admit it.
I tell you, that is, and you'll see it for yourself on film. That
you can talk about him now, Jeff. You're not coaching anymore.
Well, I've always tried to make a habit not to, but that really was, it was terrible. I'll just go ahead and say it. It was a terrible call.
Nashville will take the ball at the 44. That's where the ball went out of bounds. Good field position. Power eye set now for the Scrappers. Handoff. First man through. Not much. Where do we get the spot? It'll be just across the 45, barely. That'll bring up second down.
This is going to be one of those drives where the Scrappers have to come out and just decide that they're going to control the ball. They're going to do what they have to do to maintain this ball control and just drive it down the field and do what they do best, and then punch it in with just a few seconds to go. I mean, that's what we'll have to look at here.
Here we go. Witherspoon dots the I. He'll get the handoff. Cuts it upfield. Not much. He may have gotten a yard. It'll be third down and about 7.
Tell you what, they have put the defense out there, and they put the defensive guys out there, and they put them in that box, and they know that we're fixing to run the ball. I mean, it's obvious there. They're sitting there waiting on us, so I'm anxious to see what we do on this 3rd and 7 play, whether or not we key on that momentum that they've got right there in that box, and whether or not we make a play-action pass or something of that sort.
All right, they've got Hendricks dotting the I now. 3rd and 7. Scrappers double shift. On the wing, on the right side, wanting to throw. Oh, we're going to be thrown for a loss. My goodness. Big loss on the play, all the way back at the 36. It'll be 4th down. Never had a chance. We're either not blocking or we're running a play that's just going to take too long to set up. Or our receiver is not getting open. I don't know which it is, but, you know, they're too quick. They're just too quick.
Yeah, that is right. They're playing a real aggressive front there. Warren is, and they're getting in the backfield. They're making the quick stop there. They're in the backfield on Arnold. And what's happening is the defensive guys are playing just good enough in the secondary to hold them up and making us hold on to that ball so long.
Womack to punt it. Nice little kick by Womack. They'll let it go. It's going to take a, well, neither team bounces sideways and stopped right where it is, the 25. Oh boy, Scrappers need to stop now. We can't let them score now. If they score now, that'll be history probably. 7:15 left in the ball game. 29-26. Lumberjacks have scored 3 times in the second half. Scrappers once. So.
Huge defensive stand right here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought we had it on that last drive.
This is going to be it. I mean, I say it's going to be it. I mean, there's a lot to play, but, I mean, this is going to be a huge defensive stand right here.
Oh, yeah, and we can't let them have the ball forever either if we're going to run it downfield. That's a time-consuming type offense.
He's down.
There was a handoff to Kemp up the middle, and I tell you what, I thought something happened on the play. Did you, huh?
Well, the quarterback, he had to actually adjust to take the snap, and when he did, his knee hit the ground. I thought they were going to call him down, but they let him hand the ball off to the back.
Yeah.
Gain yards.
So they didn't. I did not see that, Jeff. So another miss by the officials. I'll tell you what, it doesn't look good when it's going that way. Second down and about a yard and a half. Mark it to 34. Lone setback is Kemp. All they got to do is hand it off to him. Now it'll be the quarterback taking the handoff. He'll have no. Did he get the first down? I don't believe he did. Of course, he may get a great spot.
I don't think so.
I don't think they gave it to him. But it's close enough. All he has to have is a quarterback sneak on third down. They may want to look at it. They've marked it across it, and they're going to have a timeout for a measurement. So with that, we'll take a break. 29-26, Lumberjacks back in a moment. Folks, 29-26, Lumberjacks with 6:02 left in the ball game. And counting. 3-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Hands it off to Kemp up the middle. Spin, still on his feet, and he'll pick up about 3 yards on the play. Scrappers have got to get the ball back. We're not a big play offense like the Lumberjacks. We're more of a grind it out. We had an opportunity a couple of times, got it down to the 30, big penalty call against us, and the penalty flag has definitely been going against the Scrappers, most especially in this half. 10 penalties, 86 yards against the Scrappers. It's hard to win games when you got that many penalties. Second down and 7 at the 38. There's the snap. It's on the ground again. Again, he picks it up, and I think he may have put his knee down, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Same thing. They caught it that time.
At that time, he actually saw it. And they should mark him down right there. Of course, I actually thought they jumped early. Wave off the flag, but it is a loss on the play. They're going to mark him down there.
Yeah, I think he was actually using the flag as a marker.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Marked it back at the 33-yard line. That is, of course, that'll lose the down. Now we go back to that big third down play. This is it right here. We have got to have another stop. Third and about 13 yards, maybe a little less than 13, back at the 33. They're letting the clock run as much as they possibly can, and then they're going to burn a timeout. Timeout by the Warren Lumberjacks with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the ball game. 29-26, Lumberjacks by 3. We'll be back right after this. Jeff, this could be the ball game right here. A lot of time, 4:40 left. But if the Scrappers give up one right here, give up the first down and don't make them punt it, then Lumberjacks can not only run more clock, they could possibly go down and score. But we need the ball back so we can try to score.
Well, yeah, you're right. One of the things we're looking at tonight is using a lot of time before we score, and that's something we've got to take advantage of right here with this 3rd and 13
This is the play. 3rd and about 12 or 13. Inside handoff, Kemp, and he's not going to have the first down unless they give it to him. No, he's only going to be a yard shy, though. What do you do? I think they'll go for it.
I do, too.
I think they'll go for it. They're going to mark him. It's going to be about a yard and a half shy. He's got to get to about the 45 and a half, and it's on the 44.
4th and 1, they're looking to go for it.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty much saying here, we're going to get the first down, and we're going to maintain possession of this ball, because if they do not, that definitely gives the Scrappers good enough field position and enough time to score.
All right, they're back in that shotgun formation once again. Maybe they're trying to draw. Oh, they moved. They moved. Let's see. Wait a minute. I think they drew us off. Let's see if they're going to call it that way.
Yeah, that's actually a called play, what they were doing.
Offsides Nashville. Yeah, they did that, and we bit.
Yep.
They're not set, and then they go down in that set position, and we bid on it.
Well, they hadn't been in a three-point stance all night, and the offensive lineman came up standing like they normally do.
Excellent play.
And then on call, the quarterback made a little cadence call, and they all went down in a three-point stance. And we just wasn't ready for it.
We weren't ready for
First down.
First down at the 49. That's the Lumberjack 49. More importantly, the clock runs. And they're going to now let it run all the way as far as they can. Inside handoff to Kemp again. He gets upfield for about 4 on the plays. He gets to about the nearly 5. Mark him almost to the 46 of Nashville. Again, another 5-yard penalty moves us to 11 penalties for 91 yards. I'm going to give him 5. So it'll be second down now, and clock running at exactly 3 minutes, and they're going to milk that clock. They're doing what they need to do. Now, if we get the ball back at all, we're going to have to throw it downfield. They could possibly run the clock out on us here, though. If they pick up another first down, they probably will. Here we go. Inside handoff to Kemp again. Gets outside. Scrapper's trying to chase him down. Puts his head down. He's going to be close to another first down. He'd be a little shy, I think, and I don't know. Maybe he's not. I think they just took the starch out of the Scrappers.
I do too. That first down play, like we had said before, huge. It was huge. They drew us off sides and gained the first down. Tough whenever there's just a few minutes to go in the game to keep those first downs rolling and to keep that clock moving.
Well, it was a great call by Coach Hembry, though.
Oh, it was.
You know, he hadn't done that all night, like you said, and it was. It was a great call. Here they're going to stretch the change, and I think he may have it. He does. First down. And, Jeff, they're now at about, 2:38 left in the ball game, and the clock will start. I don't know that we can get it back. We're going to have to burn some timeouts. Wind the clock, and they put that 25 seconds on there, and now it's going to be down to about 2 minutes before they do anything. And you know, they could conceivably run 4 plays and run it out if we don't stop the clock. Mark at the 41, 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. From the right hash mark, we need a break. Hadn't had it in this half. Kemp on the handoff, and I think that's all we're going to see because we hadn't stopped him yet. Give him about 4 yards on that carry. It'll bring up second down now. New 25 seconds. And the clock is stopped with a timeout by the Scrappers. And with that, we'll take a break. 29-26, Lumberjacks back in a moment. Well, Jeff, Scrapper's burning timeout, and I think that is, if I'm not mistaken, that may be our first timeout of the second half.
Yeah, I think
that's what we've got over here on the sheet. And I think we've got, each team's probably got 2 timeouts remaining, so we're going to have to stop the clock with 2 minutes left, down by 3. And here we go. Again, Kemp on the carry. Gets up in there. He's going to fall for it. He gets about a yard or 2 after he's down. And he'll be down to about the 32 yard, or 33 yard line, that is. And he's only got to pick up about 2.5 more yards to get the first down.
Yeah.
And we burn another timeout because this is it.
Yeah. We can either, if we stop them here, you know, of course they can still go on 4th down, or they could punt it, put us with poor field position with less than 2 minutes to go in the game. So the cards are in the Lumberjacks' hands right now, but still, you know, something could happen. We've still got this one more timeout, and then you never know.
Well, Jeff, we can only blame ourselves. The penalties have really killed us tonight, and you know, we may disagree with some of them. We don't disagree with every one of them. Got a big gain down to the 30, really moving the ball down the field, got them on their heels, and then guess what? Big penalty, and we go, it's been backwards ever since. So here we go. 1 timeout left, I believe, for the Scrappers now. 3rd down, there's that handoff to Kemp. Tackled for a little bit of a loss on the play. We burned the last time out. Loss of about a yard back to around the 35. So now it's going to be 4th and about 4. 3.5 or 4, depending on where you want to look at it. And Jeff, we're going to hold it right here. It's been a total opposite of the first half. This drive here, I've got about 11 plays in this drive for the Lumberjacks. And they've scored on every drive they've had in the second half. We've scored on 1. It's been 3 and out, scoring drive, and then 3 and out. And part of the reason we had to punt is because we put ourselves in a hole with penalties. And, you know, when you got, we're just not the big play offense. Yeah, we can get one once in a while, but it's not a steady diet of it. This is the play right here with 1:55 left. We have got to stop the Lumberjacks for us to have a chance. It could happen. It's marked finally right on the 35. 4th down and about 4.
You know, one thing you look at here is a possible quick kick or something like that with nobody back, because they got a 4th and 4.
Now, I'll tell you what they're going to do. I think they're going to give it to 22 on the little end around.
They could.
Hey, they've done it before. They're waiting now, and that's, oh, the ball's on the ground, and the Scrappers are going to take over on downs back at the 40-yard line. That's what it was. 22 went in reverse. And the reason I said it, the quarterback and that 22 Adams, they were talking it over, and you could tell they had a little something going there. Lined up just like he did before on that reverse. Scrappers with 1:50 left with got some new life now. Not a lot.
No timeouts left.
No timeouts.
That's where we're at. We use those in order to get the ball back. Good, you know, that's the only way we could have got it back, but we've got to do some good things here with 1:50 to go.
Now we've got to have something happen. Lone set back. Ball on the left hash mark, slot left. Wanting to throw. Got to get a pass off. Arnold runs out of the pocket. Wants to throw it downfield. Cuts upfield, throws it downfield, and it is incomplete. Well, I'll tell you what, he's just not getting any time to throw it.
No, he's not. Having to flush the pocket, run on the, actually pass the ball on the run that time. We flushed out to the right, trying to find I believe a Jameson open there on the sideline. Couldn't quite make the connection that time, and 10 seconds off on the clock that time, 2nd down.
We got a little different scheme than what the Lumberjacks had. You know, they run a lot of those quick slants and things like that, and, you know, here we go, trips right. Lone set back again. Again, Arnold wants to throw. Fires it downfield. It's tipped and incomplete. Had his man wide open, but it was tipped before it got to him by one of the, looked like maybe a linebacker who had dropped back a little bit, got a hand on it. 3rd down and 10.
We were trying to run a curl play that time. The outside receiver, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was either Hendricks or Scroggins, one or the other. And trying to run the curl. back inside, outside linebacker got outside in the flats and tipped the ball.
All right, here we go again. Slot right, long setback once again. Now Scoggins will have to go over to trips right. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. We get it off, barely. Wanting to screen it. It's going to be complete. 40. Cuts back. Jones, first down, still on his feet. 40. Gets to the 39. The clock will stop with the movement of the chains at the Lumberjack 39. Scrappers with no timeouts. 1:25 showing. Scrappers have got to get up to the line of scrimmage and be ready. Can't let any time at all run off the clock. Scrappers up to the line of scrimmage. Slot right. Arnold again wants to throw. Pressure. Throws it out. It's going to be complete. They're going to call it incomplete. Caught it at the ground. And that was, I'll tell you what, again, Arnold just absolutely had no time to throw.
No, they're getting back there quick. You know, one thing we've got to look at here is, you know, getting close enough for a possible field goal. You know, I mean, there's a chance.
If it comes to it, it could happen, but we got to get way down the field. All right, from the left hash mark. This game is not over, folks. Slot right. Split in left. Lone setback again. Arnold wants to throw. Drops, throws it downfield. Got a man. Complete, I believe, and marking for a first down right at the first down marker at the 29-yard line. I believe it's enough for a first down.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, they're going to move the chains. It is just enough. That'll stop the clock. 1:07. The 29-yard line from the right hash mark. Slot to the wide left side. Split in right. One lone setback. Handoff up the middle. A little bit of yardage, not much. No timeouts left. We've got to hurry.
Gonna have to get on the ball.
We got to get up. We got to get down. We can't run a whole lot of those plays right there. We got to throw it. It'll be second down, about 6. 47 and counting. Arnold wants to throw. Out pattern. Sacked him. Back at the 30-yard line. Scrappers, not getting back to the line of scrimmage fast enough.
You know, I don't think the linebacker that time was blocked at all.
I'm sorry, it was incomplete.
Right, incomplete pass.
I'm sorry. All right, third down and about 6 for the Scrappers at about the 25. Play coming in a little bit late. 15 seconds, plenty of time. Trips right, lone setback. Arnold needs time to throw. He'll drop. He looks, fires it. Fade pattern down to the end zone. Oh, just missed in the end zone. Oh, just missed a little high. Had a man on him, but I'll tell you, it was close.
Just off his fingertips.
I mean, just off his fingertips. That was intended for Wilson.
That would have been,
whoa.
I mean, that was the ball game.
That was a ball game. We got to have a first down now. Fourth down.
This is it.
At about 6.
4th and 6.
With 37 seconds left. Arnold has got to have time to throw the ball if that's the call. Trips this time to the left. We need a first down, at least. Arnold rolls, looks, fires it, got a man, complete, cuts back. That's going to be Scoggins. 5, inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. That'll stop the clock with about 28 seconds left in the ball game. Scrappers have got to line up in a hurry. First down at the 4-yard line, not much time. Scrappers are already lined up. Scrappers down it. And that downed it with 25 seconds left now. Scrappers could probably get 2 running plays, Jeff, if they wanted to do it.
Yeah, if there can't be a big pile up. You know, if you run it right up the middle, a lot of times you're looking at everybody piling up, and if Warren's coached up like they should be, they're going to try to slowly come off the pile. I don't know. You know, you're looking at second and what we got, 4 yards.
Okay, we got looks like Jones in the backfield, wanting to run the play. Arnold rolls out, wants to throw it. Oh, no, he's going to be thrown for a loss. Oh, my, should have thrown the ball. We got to hurry now. 13, 12. Scrappers just need to down the ball. They get one more play. Down it, he did.
14 was moving out here on the left wide receiver.
And they're going to call it, aren't they?
Yep, Scoggins did not get set in time before the down. So we're actually looking at backing it up further than we actually are.
You know, and that, Jeff, it might even be easier to complete the pass. I know it sounds funny, but you get a little better route. You got a little more room to go.
Well, you've got 6 seconds. You got one play.
You got one play. Unless it's incomplete now, because it's third down. We could get another one if the clock doesn't run out. Arnold wants to throw. Completes it. At the goal line, did he get in? Yes, down Scrappers! Touchdown Scrappers!
With no seconds on the clock. It's This ball game.
I believe that was Winton, was it not?
There are some people.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see, Winton or Jameson. I can't tell which one it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Scrappers with the upset. I got to give it to Jameson. Scrappers win it with no time left on the clock. Oh, my, 32-29. Oh, my. Can you believe it?
I didn't even get who caught the ball.
I couldn't tell.
Whoever caught the ball caught it on about the 3 or 4 yard line and had someone on him and drug him in the end zone.
In the end zone. It was either Winton or Jameson.
Who? Fellows, they're saying.
21. Okay, fellas. Oh, way to go. What a play. Scrappers knock off the Warren Lumberjacks. 32-29 with no time remaining on the clock. Whoa. Jeff, we got to take a break and get our breath. We'll be back in a moment.